This is Mike Blue here reporting for Film the Police Portland. I'm here supporting Sandra Bland. We had a vigil out here at Pioneer Square in Portland, Oregon, just raising awareness and showing up to show support for her family and all black women, because this is a vulnerable segment of our population that we need to protect. And this guy had an interesting story. Can you tell the folks on Film the Police Portland who you are and the story that I was interested in hearing?
Yeah, my name is Fashawn. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm out here visiting and fighting a case, actually, of a form of police brutality. That's another story. The story I kind of mentioned during, the memorial for Sandra Bland is a few years ago in Detroit, I seen some police officers causing harm to a young person, a young man. And I feared for his life. I was armed and I was open carrying, a member of Michigan Open Carry. And I had to make a decision on if I was prepared to, what I was willing to do to stop those police officers from possibly harming that young man or taking his life. And I had to decide at that moment that, as a father and a husband at that time, that his life mattered enough to me for me to put my life on the line, and my family might have to lose me. And I just proceeded, I approached the police with my hands up and asked them, was this man being detained? You need to stop harming him. He's not resisting. And he wasn't resisting.
Right, so he was being held at gunpoint?
Not by one officer.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
And the other officer was handcuffing him, and the gentleman was not resisting. He had a knee in the back of his neck, and was continuing to cause him physical harm on his body. And I said, this boy is not resisting. Stop. And they said, mind your business. I said, I asked them if this was a part of an ongoing investigation. They said, it's police business. I asked again, is this a part of an investigation? Is he threatening your life? Are you in danger? I said, I don't feel that the firearm is necessary. There was someone walking by. I asked them to videotape it. They removed themselves. They wouldn't. I did not want to go in my pocket, because any movement I made towards my waist, I wanted to be, if I was going to have to save a life. So I kept my hands here. The gentleman told me to step back. I stepped back. I spoke louder and said, I will not allow you to kill him or harm him. They asked me was I a police officer because I had a firearm. I was open carrying. This terrified me at the time, because in their mind, with that high rate of adrenaline, they may have felt that their life was in danger because someone that they didn't know was interfering. They probably didn't know if I was his friend or partner or somebody that wanted to cause harm to them. Luckily, those police officers did the right thing. They did not draw their firearm on me. They did not threaten me. They continued to ask me to stop. But when I asked them to stop and informed them again that I would not allow them to do so, I feel my presence alone allowed them to stop kicking or kneeing, the young man. They pulled his knee off of his neck.
So just quickly, you very calmly explained these things to the officers, right? You didn't you weren't real aggressive, right? You just okay.
No, I was.
See, that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. You calmly talk to them,
Yeah, whenever you're dealing with police officers, let them know that you have no aggression towards them, that you only want to protect lives. I assist with training LEOs back in Michigan and in the Midwest, and military with my instructor, and civilians as a private instructor. And these are things that we cover on how to deal with police officers, LEOs in your area, and how to respect their space. But if you feel the need, not saying everybody will and has to, but if you feel the need to try to protect somebody that you see that's being caused harm or their life might be in danger, it's a way to go about it. And I did understand it, and I might have lost my life, but I didn't. I'm thankful for that.
Well, man, I appreciate you, having the scrot and the fortitude to stand up and try to protect another person's life. And one thing that begs me to question you. So this person you asked to help film and document, and they scurried off. How do you feel about people that film the cops on the regular? If there was a cop watcher there, a dedicated person like myself that watches the cops on the regular, would that have made you feel more protected? Would that embolden you to maybe want to do this again?
Oh yeah. I mean, they need to be accountable, you know, and they need to have some level of surveillance and be held accountable or have some accountability. And I would feel a lot more comfortable with someone recording. That's why people that I travel with back home, or even here that I go out to places with and travel with and run back home if I'm carrying. My wife at the time and my friends and family understand that if the police stop us, whoever they're not addressing, pull out the phone, pull out the camera and videotape. We need to see the whole thing. You know, and I get stopped often, and members of Michigan Open Carry get stopped often because we're open carrying, and police try to do things that are not within their power and authority by questioning us, and we have to record. We practice recording it, and that's was a part of my life. You know, me and my daughter and my ex-wife would be out, and she knew, you know, that if we got stopped by some LEOs or security, she stepped off to the side with our daughter, and first of all for safety.
Yeah.
But second of all, to get a good picture to see what happened. So things like this with Sandra Blair and others in the country don't go unknown like so many times they do. I mean, look at the fact that footage that we have that was not on that officer's dash cam, that came from a second civilian.
You know, I think there's a reason why they use those dash cams that have that cropped in really. They could buy a dash cam with a better wide angle, but all they got to do is tilt the front of their car just a little bit to the left or the right, and they know which way to take the person. You know, if stuff jumps off, they know which direction to take the person.
Well,
you know,
I mean, even the cameras that they have to wear. It was just a video released a day or two ago of a young boy that was killed. He had earbuds in his hand, no weapon on him, and because he moved his hands and the cop didn't like it, he shot him. And then he persisted. He continued to handcuff him, detain him, which that is a part of protocol. But he also didn't carry the rest of the protocols giving him medical assistance, and he didn't go through the steps of checking and making sure that he was alive. And the young man was dying, and this went on forever.
Yeah, I question cops about that. I talk to sergeants, or like I ask them questions like, you know, why do they handcuff them immediately after they shoot them? And they're, oh, it's just a part of a protocol. It's not when they're in little, but they're supposed to take a compression bandage out of their trunk or off of their belt and put a compression bandage on their body.
He didn't even use a compression bandage or anything from a tourniquet. It looked like just a cotton, like some type of wrap. He just tried to put a cloud on it. It was ridiculous. But the whole point is that he had a camera. His camera, the guy that shot him, caught everything, and it was still not handled. So now we ask the question, okay, now we put cameras on these police officers,
right?
And audio, but then what? If the training is not there and the accountability is not there, he shot that man in a vital area, center mass.
Right.
He was 10 feet away from him.
Do you remember this kid's name that was shot? Are you talking about this case?
Man, I do not know, because the video I seen, it did not show his name.
All right, that's cool.
But
I remember the video you're talking about on Facebook, because he's wearing
got
a white shirt and he's got earbuds in his ear. Yeah.
Yeah, and his friends there at some grocery shop or something like that.
Yeah.
Like some corner store.
Well, man, I appreciate you open carrying. I appreciate you knowing your rights. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge of training law enforcement officers. And you know, a lot of these people out here get into law enforcement because they want to be a good person and they want to serve society. Unfortunately, I think we live in a society that's systemically racist. That's it's got institutional racism, institutional sexism, institutional classism. So, you know, that they're trying to be the people that meter out force for a society that has a lot of problems in it. And to me, I think it's a deeper problem than cops. It's a deeper systemic societal issue that we need to address as the greater body of humanity, and we can all do this together. Yeah. But I mean, I do think, thank you for standing up for someone else's life as strangers and open carrying. And your name is what again?
My name is Fashawn.
Fashawn, thank you. And you work with Michigan.
I'm just a member of Michigan Open Carry.
Okay, a member of Michigan Open Carry. All right.
Member of Michigan Open Carry.
All right, thank you, sir.